I don't know if anybody else wants to see this video, but I'm making it. You guys, have you missed me? I've missed you. I am back. I haven't been on this channel in a minute. Lots of different reactions, lovely solo videos, so I haven't seen you around in a while. Today I'm back with another out-of-pocket thing that, again, I think maybe only I want. One thing about me is I am a big nerd. This, you know, if you've seen anything on this channel, you know who I am. My recent hyperfixation is 17, which you guys probably have guessed by now because I keep making videos about them. And this is another one of those. Another thing that I love is Dungeons and Dragons. Did I have to verbally tell you that, or was it obvious by the everything about me? It seemed only fitting, naturally, to tell you what D&D class every member of 17 would be. Duh. Again, this feels super niche. Like, I've been doing the book talk tropes and like the fantasy tropes, and like this one might be a little bit too wild. This one might just be for me, but I want to think about it, so I'm gonna film it for you and talk to you about it. We got a lot of classes. I'm gonna run through them really quickly. What I'm working with today are the D&D classes. I will give them to you quickly. Barbarian, Bard, Cleric, Druid, Fighter, Monk, Paladin, Ranger, Rogue, Warlock, Wizard, and then Artificer's in the bottom because it's newer, so I'm just gonna like, will I use Artificer today? It's a good question. Also, some of them, I already know I can't decide. So some of them are gonna be multi-classed. It's my D&D 17 video. If I say that Hoshi is a multi-class Druid Wizard, then what? And when I say multi-class, I'm not talking like an actual character build multi-class. I'm just saying I can't decide what they'd be. So I'm jokingly saying they're multi-classing. Actual D&D fans, I hear you. Lots of the things I'm gonna say are like not actual good multi-classes. I'm just chatting shit about what member of a K-pop group would be a rogue if they were in the fantasy world of D&D. I might also give them races as well whilst I'm going through this, but we'll see. Let's just go in fan chant order. S-Coops. S-Coops, Leo King. I'm looking at this photo of him. He's just like rugged, huh? Ooh, okay, whatever I say about D&D is not a fact. I'm just talking. I'm going strong first choice. S-Coops, Paladin. S-Coops actually strong Paladin vibes. Very loyal, very like strong presence, like lawful good paladin, human paladin of like Bahamut or something. This is the nerdiest thing I've ever talked about in my life. He's honorable, he's loyal, he's strong. Imagine him with a sword and like guiding, bolting people. I see that. I'm really confident about that actually. Those of you who don't super know about D&D, paladin is like a holy warrior. So they have like a patron god or goddess, and then they like fight with some holy magic and like largely a big sword. Imagine S-Coops in like knight armor and like a big sword. Photo of S-Coops, photo of Paladin. Like, do you see? Easy, moving on. Jonghan. Jonghan's like feisty. Jonghan's a tricky one. First of all, chaotic good. Actually, I think chaotic neutral. I've never seen someone stir shit like that man stirs shit. Love you to my king. I almost said bard, but I have a very clear bard. I'm sure you know exactly who it is. You know what I want? You know what I want. Half elven warlock with a fae patron. I love this video. Not like dark warlock. He's like pretty and throwing glitter around and everyone's like, who is this man? And then he's like, surprise, Eldritch Blast, Warlock. With like a cunty archfey patron. Do you see what I'm saying? Yes. So Warlock is like, they have magic through like a contract made with a greater being of some type, like an archfey or like a great old one or like with something powerful. So I think Jonghan like was like trying to like out trick a fae because he's like feisty and crafty. And the fae was like, all right, I like the cut of your jib, boy. How's about you a contract? Sometimes people have like with their warlock patron, like kind of like a friendly relationship. I think he's like he can like contact his patron and be like, bestie, you're never gonna believe the crazy shit I'm in right now. I like that. Yeah. Jonghan, Archfey Warlock. Joshua is also kind of easy, I think. Cleric Joshua, right? I would say Cleric Joshua. I like that. Cleric Joshua, a little religious boy of the Lord. Cleric is also a holy warrior, but they're more healer vibes. Joshua is very like caring and sweet, little Capricorn boy. Not the zodiac signs coming into this. I like astrology if you guys didn't notice that already by me talking about it all the time. I think Joshua neutral good cleric because he's like kind of chaotic, but like he's just like a sweet boy. And cleric is like a very sweet class. Like they're just healers, not just healers, pardon me. They're largely healers. They're to be like support their members in their team of their party. And I think Joshua's like a joyful, sunny little presence, lift up and support the people around him. I think Cleric's a great class for that. I don't know what deity he'd be for. I'm sticking with that. Joshua Cleric. No multi-classes yet. That's my oldest member's done. We're moving down a year. Location change. I'm in my room, but I brought my prop home. So don't you even worry about it. It's like nothing's changed. This is just a different gray room. Okay, we're moving down here to the 96s. Starting with June. June is another one that's easy. I thought of this list before I filmed, and I was like, there's a few that have like clear, obvious choices. June was one of them. June is a monk. June is obviously a monk. And here is why. We've seen the martial arts training. Monks are specialists at hand-to-hand combat. Don't fuck with June. He'll drop you on your ass. He's like sweet and kind, but he's also like a little crazy. He has a crazy girl astrology chart. I can say that because I have the same exact chart as him, basically. Gemini, Sun, Aries, Moon. You're looking at it. So alignment, like neutral good. June's so sweet and small. I don't know. In my head, June is just like the ultimate sweetie sweet. I'm thinking like y'all have seen Critical Role, like Beau monk, like Beauregard monk. Not really peaceful, still like chaotic, but hand-to-hand chaotic, not like spells chaotic. All he needs is like a big stick and his hands. This is my martial arts. I am not trained in martial arts. I would not be a monk. I'm so bard coded, it's like actually a joke. Moving swiftly along. Oh God. Hoshi's tricky, but I think I'm landing on, okay, go with me here. Druid Hoshi, wild shape into a tiger. Okay. Okay. Oh my God, wait, totally, absolutely Druid Hoshi. I'm screaming in my house. Remember when the bird landed on his shoulder? Or Ranger Hoshi. Wait. Okay, let me walk through why both of these things could work. Ranger Hoshi. Ranger, for those of you who don't know, long-range fighter, usually bows and arrows and things. Generally is in the woods, surrounded by like nature and things like that, often. Could have an animal companion. But I'm actually canceling that out. I'm going firmly with Druid Hoshi. For my D&D non-player, druids are like nature spellcasters. So they're like connected to the earth and they have like nature spells and big druid point, if not all, but like most druids can do wild shape. Wild shape means you can change into a beast form. Hoshi could honestly even be a multi-class. I also really like Bard Hoshi because Hoshi is like very like a performer beyond. So Druid number one for like tiger themed reasons and like ethereal vibes reasons. Second one is Bard. Inspirational Hoshi, like drunk, like inspirational speech. Everyone gets a D10. Like everyone D10 inspiration, D12 even. Like this is the nerdiest video I've ever made in my life. The target audience for this video is me. If you like these two things, please leave a comment about how Hoshi could be either a druid or a bard. Or like a trickster cleric, I'm going very obvious with these. He's the leader of the performance unit, therefore he'd be a good bard. It makes sense. Bards, performers, singers, dancers, musicians, crowdsmen, magic through performance, basically. Imagine Hoshi just like, and then he like dances and then like everyone in the group is like inspired and then they get a D10, an extra D10 inspiration dice. That's very, oh, I see that. Oh, but I also see Druid Hoshi. Hoshi gets two, Druid or Bard. On to my angel, my baby, my bias, Wanu. Wanu is again a little bit of a tough one because he's very multifaceted, isn't he? He's like quiet, but he's funny, but he's sexy. There's so many things to Wanu. My instant knee jerk is like Rogue Wanu. So Rogue Wanu is a choice. Also, there's Wizard Wanu. Two choices here. Two choices. But I think Rogue is a stronger choice. Choice number one, Rogue Wanu. He's wearing a lot of black. He's quiet, on the quieter side. He was basically a rogue in the Last Night music video that just came out, running around the city in the dark. Give him a dagger, that's a rogue. Basically already. Insert clip of him running around. I also love rogues. Rogue is one of my favorite classes to play. Well, it's just like emo boy. Rogue who needs glasses. Oh my gosh, that would be such a... In a D&D campaign, your rogue is like being stealthy, but they like break their glasses. Picture this. Your D&D campaign, your character is Rogue Wanu. His one flaw that you had to like pick a flaw. His flaw needs glasses. You're mid-battle. It's like, you have to make him, like, make your player roll, like, do Wanu's glasses fall off or stay on during battle, and then you have to, like, roll with disadvantage. Being a dork is hard. No one show Wanu this video, please. No one show anyone I have a crush on this video. If I have a crush on you, turn it off. Wanu, Hisung, honestly, they would both like this. Brilliant idea alert. I want to start a series on this channel. Imagine a world in which I look like a crazy person. I'm like, picture this. Me getting together a group of K-pop idols and taking them through like little one-shot D&D campaigns. Can you imagine? Like Dungeon Crawl with 17, Dragon Lair with Enhypen. Can you like D&D one-player session with Jin. Love it. Also Jin, Trickster Cleric, the end. The end. Thank you so much. Thank you, Trickster Cleric. I'm pitching this right now. I know you're seeing us because you keep blocking our videos. Instead of copywriting, pick up this idea and let me do it. Run D&D campaigns for idols. How fun would that be? It would be so much fun. Comment down below if you want to see that. Who do you want to see play? I'll call them up. Pledis? Oh my gosh. At the end of this, I'm going to build a solid party to take on a quest if I'm like the DM. Moving on to Woozy. He's built like a G.I. Joe. Woozy will drop your ass. I kind of want fighter Woozy. Is that crazy to say? I don't think Woozy's a magic user. If he is, he has like light music cantrips. But I think Woozy's a fighter. Woozy is obsessed with the gym. Oh my god, no. I redact that statement. Barbarian Woozy. Barbarian Woozy. Oh my god. I love it. Could you imagine? With like a big great axe, a warhammer strapped to him. Oh my god, I actually love that idea. Barbarian Woozy. I feel like you don't want to get on Woozy's bad side, I don't think. He's a little sweet angel heart, but I think he'd fuck somebody up. Halfling Barbarian Woozy. Yeah, he's little. Oh my god. Whoa. I'm galaxy braining. Imagine this backstory. Half halfling, half orc. Woozy, lovable king, is small. He's short. But halflings are like really short. So imagine half halfling, half orc. I don't know if we can do that, but I'm imagining it. Half orc's already a half thing, but say the half isn't human. It's halfling. So he's like a little tiny half orc built like a truck, but like halfling like charms and good looks. Oh my god, I love that. That's so weird. Again, I'm not a stickler for the rules. This is not about what can really happen in D&D or how you actually play, what's a good actual class to be, what's a good actual race to play. This is just me imagining like something really fun, like rule of cool stuff that I think fits with these members. And I'm imagining half orc, half halfling, Woozy, Barbarian Woozy. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. And like, I gotta get my hands on him. He's so cute. I love him. And then they like, cause they see like his halfling charm and then he smiles and then he has like the half orc, like the bottom teeth, the bottom like not fangs, the bottom like tusks of like the half orc. People didn't notice he was jacked because they were looking at his like halfling cuteness and charm. And then he's like, boom. And then he like drops someone. He goes into a rage because barbarians are big fighting class. They can go into a rage. Someone to the dirt. Oh my god. Barbarian Woozy. That's my final answer. That's my favorite one I've said so far, actually. And I also caught that. So y'all can take that straight to the bank. That, I'll tell you right now, Woozy's in my final party. Like I said, at the end of this, I'm going to make like a party that I would take on my quest if I could choose. I'm telling you right now, halfling, half orc, barbarian Woozy is in that party. That's a rad character. I don't know if you can even do that in D&D actual like character building. But in my world, my rule of cool world that makes no sense, you can. Anyone actually good at D&D, don't even mind me. Okay, we jump down to 1997 with the 8, Ming Hao. The 8, I have 2 things I need from him. 2 things I think he like is. I'm gonna talk them out here for you and then try to come to a conclusion that is 2 things. Because I think he needs to be a multi-class just because of the way my brain is turning right now. Also, the sun is setting. I have to get it together. Class 1, easy choice, fighter. Because what is a fighter good with? Weapons. What is Ming Hao good with? Nunchucks. Imagine like nunchuck fighter. Oh my god. Yeah. And people like come up to him. They're like, this little skinny beanpole man is like, I can take him. And then he's like, and then he like pulls out nunchucks and drops the fuck out of somebody with them. Yeah. Fighter Ming Hao. I like that because he's all like lean, lithe muscle, very graceful, which he could also like lean monk, but monk is more like hand to hand and he's more known for like, he does lots of martial arts, but he's known for like his nunchuck skills. So I think that's a pretty easy one. Fighters, again, are good with like all types of weapons. It's like largely a fighter class. That's like a class feature thing is they're really good at lots of different weapons. Real life Ming Hao is good with nunchucks. D&D Ming Hao is like nunchucks, swords, knives, daggers, mace, flail, whatever, all that. Like mid-campaign, he could multi-class into some type of magic user. Scorpio sun, Aquarius moon. He's like unknowable and mysterious and cool. I'm gonna say wizard. I'm gonna say fighter wizard multiclass for story only, for just narrative purposes in this. This is my backstory for him. I love half elves. Everyone does. It's basic, whatever. Or like Air Ashari. Oh my god. Air Ashari, fighter, wizard, Minghao. Okay, that's rad. Half elven Minghao. He was raised by his human father. Human father said, son, you will be a fighter. You will be a fighter. But his mother is from a long line of like wizarding elves. He wants to do magic. His father's like, you will learn to use these weapons. You will learn to use your fists to speak for you. He becomes super powerful fighter, good at all the weapons, but wants to study magic. Learns it on the side, learns it in the back of his mind as much as he can. And then one day on the journey with the party, at some point, he's like, I'm ready. And then uses his wizard magic he's been practicing and like gathering up stuff for. And then he multiclasses into a wizard too. Long-term study wizard, like, so that his wizarding, his magic only comes in like later in campaign. That's cool to me, right? That's cool to you too, right? Is this what psychosis feels like? Oh my God. Mingyu. Hello, big, sexy, half-orc Mingyu. Charming to a fault. I almost want to put him as like a trickster bard, but he's not a bard. Like, he's just not. That's just not who he is. Mingyu is also like ginormous. So he could also be barbarian or warlock Mingyu. Warlock Mingyu could be good because I think I can see him with like some kind of magic. But he's also like, so maybe warlock, because lots of warlock spells are like force-based. I'm losing it. Oh, you know what? No. Change everything I just said. I nailed it. I will change what I'm saying. He is not barbarian. He could be, because he's huge. But he needs something like mischievous. He is paladin to a trickster goddess. Changebringer. Paladin of Changebringer Avandra. I am the best. I am the smartest person. I am the smartest person. Trickster goddess, baby. That is perfect. Paladins are kind of the Gryffindors of D&D, and there has never been more of a Gryffindor than Mingyu. He's like dedicated, loyal, dedicated to a chaotic good like deity, to like trickstery, a little bit chaotic in there. Because he's like huge and use a sword, like some magic, not like a ton of magic, but like a little bit of magic, but interesting. Because barbarian Mingyu is too easy. Like, of course he's big, he could be a barbarian, he's like kind of angry. He's so like loyal golden retriever energy that it makes me want to make him a paladin instead of a barbarian. Do you see my like thought process there? And hit like a suit of armor with like a ginormous sword, kind of like S-Coops. S-Coops is like classic paladin, like, yes, we will stop the evil. If it's the last thing I do, I will make sure every evil is abolished. Mingyu's like, whatever my goddess wants, man. Like, he's like down to raise a little hell. In the name of the goddess, though. Duh, you guys. Yeah. Big sexy suit of armor on Mingyu. Thank you. I'll take 2 at my door on Monday. Next, DK. Oh my gosh, DK. That's tough. Again, my knee jerk is like bard, but that's like boring. I'm saving like just a bard for someone else. The next person in the list, obviously. I have 2 choices for DK that I like. I haven't said anyone's a ranger yet, but ranger's a bit of like a loner class, kind of. Again, I think DK is so like positive and sunny and like sweet. I need him to be a magic user for some reason in my heart. He's kind of already a D&D character. He's so like, deep Fey ancestry, elf DK. Sorcerer. Elf, sorcerer, DK. Pum, like casting spells. I don't think warlock, because I don't think he would have made a pact with someone. I don't think wizard, because I don't think he's like studying in the books like scholarly wizard. I think he just like has magic and he's like, pew, and everyone's like, who gave you magic? He's like, the universe did. What am I even saying at this point? Also, like, neutral good or true neutral. Such an angel. He just deserves magic. Do you know what I mean? I want to give him some magic. He could also be cleric. More than like a fighting class, I think he's much more of like a support caster. Like, he's healing his friends. He's like taking care of everyone because he's so sweet and kind. So maybe like sorcerer or cleric of like a trickster god again. Like fun, crazy cleric. Like a little bit wacky. Like, he goes like, when you're healed. Like that, or he goes like, yeah, and you're like healed. Do you see what I mean? Those are my two choices. I love DK. He's my number 2. Next one, Seungkwan, Bard. Next one, no, I'm kidding. Seungkwan is the reason I made this video, because I've never seen someone who is more absolutely a bard than Seungkwan. That man is made to like entertain people at Command Room. Like cutting words, Seungkwan, again, bards, entertainers, classic, like possibly the most gorgeous singing voice I've ever heard in my entire life. And just made to like command a room with just his words alone and his beautiful singing voice and his just like pure unbridled bard energy. Seungkwan is a bard. That's the most obvious thing I've ever said in my life. Of course he is. He's a bard right now. Someone like freed a bard from the D&D handbook and he ran to Pledis and got put in 17 and his name is Seungkwan. I'm wasting my breath telling you why he's a bard when I should be moving on to Vernon, who I'm moving on to now. I can see like Ranger Vernon, where he's just like hanging out in the woods, shooting bows and arrows, petting a deer somewhere. And then the party like comes to the woods and is like, who's this wild dude like living out here by himself? And he's like, hello, I'm Vernon. I shoot bows. And they're like, want to come be in our party? He's like, okay. And then like goes. Like not like a... Vernon's tricky. I don't know why that is. I think Ranger Vernon is a good one. I think either Ranger or Warlock, but I lean more towards Ranger for Vernon. I haven't had an artificer yet, but I don't see any of them really as like an artificer. No one's really that techie except for Wanu, but Wanu is a rogue, so I'm losing the sun, but it's okay. I'm on my last one, and it's my Tongap, my 99 liner. I almost said bestie, but I'm gonna say boyfriend, Dino. Dino is tied for number 1 with Wanu. Dino is another tricky one, cause God is he almost a bard. So charming, so confident, so good at performing, strong, physically strong, but also very like verbally strong, like charming and very, very like all multi-talented, multifaceted. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. I don't know. I want him in my brain. If I was playing D&D with Dino, D&Dino, if you will, I think he would want to be a magic user. Like, I cast this spell and it's really cool. Grasping Vine, like druid or something with like a bunch of spells. But I don't know if I see that for him if I was gonna give him a character. Okay, I'm gonna go a little rogue here. Not a rogue. I'm gonna do something wild. Again, Dino, multi-class. These again are not things that I don't think would be good together as a real multi-class, but I need fighter Dino. Similar to Minghao, he's just a jack of all, like, I just said it out loud, but I mean, like, I said it already. He's like an ace. He's a jack of all trades, so fighter is good. Good at weapons, good at hand-to-hand combat, good at actual physical fighting, but also I need him to be a magic user because he just is. He's so endlessly charming. He could just be like a charming character, but I think he's charming to a point like where he like became a bard as well. So I think he's like fighter bard multi-class, which is crazy and a wild choice to say. Like in the middle of fighting, he's like, and I'll hit you with my sword. And like, it's giving Troy Bolton where he's like, my head's in the game, my heart's in the song. His head's in the muscles, but his heart's in the song. Like he's like in the gym, like, I will be a fighter. And he's like, but I really want to sing. Like that's how I see it for him. So he's like fighting like little riffs as he's fighting. Oh my gosh, one day like in the adventure of the adventuring party, he gets to like go on stage and like do a performance, and it's like a comedy set or something, and the whole party are in the crowd like cheering for him, and it's like long-term goal achieved. That's everybody. I feel really good about all of those. Once again, I've kind of gone off the rails and just talked at you for a long time, but I feel really good about these ones. I really like everything that I said today, and I hope you guys like it too. Okay, let me decide on a party. I think 5 is a perfect number for an adventuring party. So I'm going to choose 5 characters I would take with me. If I was the DM, 5 characters I would take with me for an interesting story, not necessarily for like a well built out party with the right types of fighters. Number 1 is, I already said it, is Barbarian Woozy. I need him there. Great choice. So we have Barbarian Woozy. We have Fighter Wizard Minghao. Trickster Paladin Mingyu. No, I need a healer. No. We're taking Druid Hoshi. Okay. Barbarian Woozy. Fighter Wizard Minghao. Druid Hoshi. Sorcerer DK. I want either